You're listening to the Gentleman's Corner podcast, where two men are on a quest to rule the world. Tune in every Monday for a new episode.
Welcome back to another episode.
Friggin' losing track here.
I know. I think we're on 14.
Maybe.
We've done 14 weeks. That's crazy.
100 more to go.
I got my beer as usual, but my buddy here was just complaining he doesn't have his fizzy drink, so he's quite sad.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a depressed little bitch this whole episode.
Parched.
How's your day today, man?
Not bad. The whole week just felt really long since my work schedule got switched around. So,
oh yeah.
Last episode feels like it was about a month ago.
Hopefully that stays more permanent.
Oh, I'm hoping.
We'll find out if the plans we were discussing before go as planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. You know what I was thinking about?
What's that?
I was thinking about the PS4 launch.
PS5?
PS5. God, I keep calling it a PS4. God, it's driving me nuts. But yeah, the PS5 launch you sent me. How about we talk about that with the crowd?
So, if you guys aren't in the know, apparently to get a pre-order of the PS5, you got to go on the website and apply to get pre-approved for a pre-order. That's a lot of P's in that sentence. So I'm assuming...
Peter Pepper, pick a pickle.
Yeah. So I'm assuming there's going to be just a limited amount of consoles made this year, which is going to be brutal since it's, 7 years since the last console?
Yeah. People are, I think, personally, are really anticipating this. And, that goes for every console. I know when the 360 came out, that was the fucking, hoop jam of the world. And the PS3. And then Xbox One, not really so much, but the PS4 was like, oh, you gotta have it, man. Everyone's got to get this.
Well, actually, I remember the year the PS4 came out, it was sold out everywhere.
Yep.
And those people that buy like 5 different versions of it just so they could up price and sell it to make some benefits. I think I paid like an extra $100 so I can buy it from one of them just because I really wanted it. I'm hoping I'm hoping that's not going to be the case this year.
Oh God, I want the disc version because I still want to play probably quite a few of my PS4 games. The biggest reason I say that even now is because I know Ghost, the new Japanese samurai game, Ghost they're not making a physical copy for the PS5.
Oh, really?
So I'm hoping, I don't know if it's confirmed because I don't believe it actually is, but I'm going to assume that the PS5 is going to be compatible with PS4 physical copy games.
Yeah.
And I don't see why they wouldn't try to go that route. I know they didn't do that with the PS4 because it can't play PS3 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see why they won't go that route now because even the Xbox One could play all the 360 games. And I think for a lot of people, that's a big deal, especially with the games that came out this year. And if they want to continue playing them or it's a type of game they want to come back to. Yeah. For instance, I know I'll go back to Dark Souls or something because that's a game I'm really into and I get back into, I would say, on the yearly. I should... What?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I should try to do a speed run off that. But anyways, I hope it has backwards compatibility. They should. I don't think that's going to be a problem because I'm not even too sure about the new COD coming out. If it's going... It said PS4.
Oh, you can buy a version that's cross-platform. It costs an extra $10. I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So, okay, cross-platform. What's the difference between if I got the PS4 edition and the cross-platform edition?
So the PS4, you'd have to repurchase it for the PS5 and the PS5, I guess, or the cross-platform. You're able to get, like, you remember back on the PS3 when the Black Ops 3 came out, I believe.
Yep.
It had a version, but it was like degraded. The graphics were way lower, and it was missing some stuff. And the same game came out on the PS4, and it had a bunch of updates. So I'm assuming that's the only difference. You would get all the updates and graphic.
Okay. I was going to say, like, I'm assuming there will be backwards compatibility, and if that is true, then what's the point of getting the cross-platform one?
Unless they just don't make that particular game cross-compatible, so you have to buy the PS5 version.
It's a tricky situation because of the year the game is coming out, or the console, because you get all these new games that have come out in 2020. And the problem is cross compatibility, and I'm not even sure about certain other big games that came out this year, like The Last of Us Part 2, if that's going to be PS5, if they're going to make a game, probably because it's Sony. It's definitely it's a PS exclusive, right? So I would assume they're probably going to make, a PS5 version of it. And I know Ghost isn't. They've came out and said they're not going to make a PS5 edition, which is really a shame because it's quite a beautiful game, especially if you have it on 4K. I don't have it on 4K, but I've seen it. I've seen it on 4K at my buddy's house. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can just imagine if the PS5 with everything updated and upgraded, how well and smooth it would run with everything as beautiful as it is.
Do you know what kind of blows my mind?
What?
So you buy the PS5 for, let's say, $500 or $600, and that one console can get you for the next like 7 to even like 10 years, and run seamlessly, whatever that word is, and like be up to par with even certain gaming computers. When you buy or you make a gaming computer, and it could be outdated depending on the parts you put in within 5 years. So it's crazy how, like, for that price, how much you get out of it. Because I even plugged in my PS2 the other day, and I can play a couple games, and they run well. And you take how old's a PS2? Like 2000? You take a computer from 2000, you probably wouldn't even have played Flappy Bird on it.
No. As funny as that sounds, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy how they just keep their system running, I guess.
Well, I'm not. What I question about that is, I don't know if it's so much the system running. I know they update it, like your console gets updates just like a computer, but it's more dedicated towards games.
Yeah,
So it's just more dedicated towards games, as a PC is not. You can make a PC that is more towards playing video games that run it smoother and all that jazz. But when it comes to a console, that's its sole purpose. So they have to do it well, right? And I think that's how they can justify making it cheaper than what $1,000 gaming PC would be. That's something you would have to possibly update within 5 years.
Yeah.
So the savings is definitely there. Like my PS4, the only thing that doesn't run well with it, I know what I have to do to it. I know it heats up too much. And when it gets to a certain temperature, definitely it slows down the game, slows down frame rates. I need to, open it up, get rid of all the dust. That's what I got to do. But with consoles, people that make games for the consoles make it more, I would say, they limit it. Like they lower textures and tones and lights and everything else that would be involved in a game, so it runs smoother on a console. But with a PC, you have a wide range of limitations to maximum, because it depends on the person to set the graphic tone. Like you choose medium, high, ultra.
Mhm.
With a console, you don't decide.
No.
So I think that's why, like, the PS2, you were saying it plays PS2 games great. Well, that's the games that were made for that were solely just for the PS2 or to run on that console.
Hmm.
So that's what I think. But the nice thing is, you're right. Is you're still totally right. I'm not really arguing against you. I'm just kind of, in my opinion, I think that's why you don't see that kind of degradation.
Yeah.
And it depends on PC games. If they keep updating them and you don't, if it's an older game that's been in for a very long time, but they do upgrade textures and stuff, you may need to upgrade your PC to run that game as smoothly as you did day one.
How many terabytes do you think the PS5 is gonna have?
Oh God, I I have such a problem with that currently with my PS4 because I only have 500 gigabytes. I constantly have to fucking download and then uninstall a bunch of games all the time. Whatever my friends are playing, because I kind of just follow the path of what they're doing because it's more fun. I always keep like a single player game that I'm currently into. Like right now, it's Ghost and The Last of Us Part 2. But the other games I have are like Fall Guys that you and I've been fucking playing. That's only like 7 gigabytes, but that's not the point of what I'm saying. Point is, I have my campaign and I have also the multiplayer games that my friends are currently into. And right now they're back in the Battlefield 5.
Yeah, I was looking at my storage there, and I think Modern Warfare is 190 some gigabytes.
Jesus Christ.
It's
I
ridiculous.
stopped. I got rid of it. It's a shame because I really enjoy playing Warfare. I enjoyed the multiplayer. Like COD, this Call of Duty Modern Warfare is beyond, I think, excellent with when it comes to them coming back into the game really well.
Oh, I'd say this is like maybe one of the best, if not the best.
By
I mean,
far.
like I know like Modern Warfare 2 and like the classics, those are still good, but for the time, but at the time we have now, I'd say the current Modern Warfare has definitely killed it.
Oh yeah. And I think it comes down to going back to the roots. You know how when they brought out World War II again,
Yep.
they were like, boots on the ground. We got to get boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. Back to the original days. Boots on the ground, boots on the ground. That's all you fucking heard. And they wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And they still failed.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I'm like, oh, I get to go back. I get to go back. And I love it. And then I just didn't enjoy it. I was so disappointed. I was so mad at them. I was like, I'm never playing COD again. And then Modern Warfare, I heard was coming back, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Man.
We already had it. Is this Modern Warfare 5? Is this what it is?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't. They're like, well, I essentially, without kind of saying it bluntly in the beginning, is like we're starting over, but we're reusing characters.
Did you ever play Infinite Warfare?
Yes.
That was the most like horrible game I've ever played. Like the fact that they had to get COD 4 remastered and put it as a pack.
Yeah.
Like that really tells you something.
That really tells you something. I got it free because I'm with the like, I don't know what the fuck it's called. I pay for the gold membership on PS4 like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I got it for free once or one month. We got back into it. It's fun, and it was fun to get back into. But it was kind of sad at the same time because I realized about playing that COD, not COD 4, but Infinite Warfare, and I'm like, what a shit fucking game. Like I remember when that one came out. Do you remember the amount of dislikes they got? They took down the video and posted it back up.
Yeah, it was like the most disliked video on YouTube for a while.
Yeah, I think and Battlefield 1 came, if I recall, right?
Over the Battlefields. Like the same thing for a while now.
Yeah, Battlefield 5 didn't. I was excited for Battlefield 5 because because they did World War One. I found that game pretty fun, to be honest with you. I found it really refreshing from all the, I can fly a jetpack and shoot you from any angle, and I'm going at the speed of sound. To just honestly what they were referring to World War II, boots on the ground. Like, I enjoyed going back to the ground and kind of enjoying that kind of gaming warfare.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they'll ever go back to the futuristic, or if they've kind of had enough of that and try to stick with what's current for a while.
I think they'll go with the trend of what people like. I think, if anything, I know they're doing Black Ops, but if I had to be a guessing man, and quote me on this, because if it happens next year, I'm basically a psychic. I think the next COD after Black Ops, this new Black Ops, will be Modern Warfare 2. Again, I don't know what they're going to call it. I don't think they're going to call it Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, because...
Isn't it Sledgehammer Games' turn, though, for next year? If they're still in the game, right?
I'm not really sure.
Because it goes like the Black Ops people, then the Modern Warfare people, and then Sledgehammer, which is more recent.
I'm not really sure. I'm guessing this new Black Ops is going to be like the Modern Warfare, where they just start over, but they take original characters. Or they're going to take like old characters from the old Black Ops.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to happen. I enjoyed that Black Ops. I love the zombies in it. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Black Ops
like
1 and 2 were probably my top picks.
Gold. Absolute gold. But I'm not really too sure. That's just my prediction. Maybe, I'm not sure if they're still doing that kind of route. That's an excellent point. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. But I don't know. If I was going to be a guessing man, I think the next COD will be the next Modern Warfare, whatever the hell they want to call it. Like, they can't call it Modern Warfare 2, because then you're really just ripping off.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting Modern Warfare 2 to shame. It was a good game. I wouldn't say it was the best one, but like, it was good. It was really good. But yeah.
I wonder when the next GTA is coming out.
Oh god, that's a big talk. Holy fuck, it'll probably be full price for 10 years.
Oh, easily.
They'll be milking that cow and until there's one player left online.
It's crazy though. Like, I don't think there's been any other game that has just been going for so long.
Just constantly. That picture you sent me of like the really like super skinny cow, and then Rockstar coming in. Oh, we got one more bucket we got to fill. You said it was the last one, or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, can they stop? Can they stop? But they keep making money, right? So unless the people, it's up to the people to decide, really.
So I guess the current budget that they've made was $6 billion.
Oh my god. That's going to be, it better be a fucking wicked game. It probably will be. If they put as much detail and effort as they did into the last GTA 5, this will blow it out of the water.
Okay, so I guess it cost $265 million to develop and do the marketing and all that, and they made $6 billion. That's
Jesus Christ.
Profit.
It's like when Bungie was like, we don't want to continue Halo anymore. It needs to die. Like it Master Chief has run his course. And then Microsoft was like, no fucking way. Master Chief is our fucking legend. We will make money off him. We will milk him. That sounds so bad. We will milk Master Chief until there's nothing left. But and then Bungie made Halo Reach, which was their kind of final hurrah. With you played as other Spartans, and then Bungie was like, no, we're gonna go do our thing, and then they made Destiny. such a kind of copy ripoff. Personally, I think like the same general general space super duper marine type of person you play. But I don't know if you're as in Halo that I was. Like
No,
you've seen all my
I've been
figurines.
a PlayStation for as long as I can remember.
I was the Xbox whore. I really was. I was all about Xbox, and then I got the day one Xbox edition, Xbox One, and I was so disappointed with the titles they ruined for me. Gears of War was one of them, and I'm not talking about Judgment. I'm talking about 4. I'm talking about number 4. They ruined the series for me, and Halo, it ruined the series for me on 4. But when 5 came out, they redeemed themselves for the multiplayer, but not for the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for me. But anyways, I know you don't know much about the Halo series, but that's my rant about it. When it comes to the PS4, I got a PS4 because all my friends were on there, and I heard about all the exclusives. Like God of War, just the one game. No, God of War. What other exclusives that I just can't think of all of a sudden? Like Zero Dawn Horizon.
Oh,
That was
what's that one?
What's that one? It's funny. We talk about the exclusives, but then we can't remember. There's God of War. There's Zero Dawn Horizon. There's Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. What else?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I never played that.
Oh, Resogun. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, is that the one? There's there's a couple old classics that came from like the PS1 coming back, and what are those games? The one with the fox. I know people are going to hate me for this, but I'm drawing a total fucking blank right now.
With the fox?
Yeah, the orange guy, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, that guy. I didn't know he was a fox. Maybe
I think he's a fox. I don't know. I always thought he was a fox. People are gonna hate me. He's a big PS4 title. Like he's a big Sony title.
Well, for the GameCon or whatever that just happened, they were bringing a new game out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Fuck? There's more exclusives out there. We just can't fucking think of them all of a sudden. Put them down below because we've probably played them and we just can't fucking remember. Oh my god, that's horrible. Anyways, I enjoyed what was coming out for PS4 at the time. It was during Christmas time. You got the PS4 with me, and all my friends were on there, so that was a big factor for me. I know. I'm guessing you're getting the PS5 if you already pre-ordered Black Ops.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to pre-order as soon as possible. Hopefully, all you people out there get a chance to do that. I certainly try to find out every day through Twitter if it is out yet for pre-order and stuff. That's going to be a big deal for me. I know it's a big deal for you. I know it's a big deal for my friends online now because I told them everything you sent me. And yeah.
Well, a big thing with that is a lot of people are hesitant to get the day one because apparently that's when like all the problems and little issues that the console has, that's usually the ones that come with it.
Yep, it is. It 100%. Like when I got the day one edition for the Xbox One, constant fucking problem. Constant problems. Like they failed pretty hard. The PS4 had some issues, but nothing is major.
Were you able to get a return or do something with it, or just deal with the problems?
You get a. So I couldn't return it because I got it at EB Games at the time, which I'll never get a game there again. But and we won't go into the detail why, or at least not this episode. But anyways, I didn't return it to them because the warranty is good for a year with technology, essentially. If I have the receipt in the box and everything. And I did, and I sent it back. They brought it back. It worked, and then the only problem was the software itself, and they can't fix it unless they do the update. Right? So there was a ton of updates with the Xbox. And I know, like, the 360 had the Ring of Death that everyone knows about, right? Like, the 3 Ring of Death. So, yeah, if you get the day one edition, it sucks if you spend all that money, and then you have to return it to Sony, and you have to send it back to wherever it was made, built, and they have to look at it or replace it. Because it's not a problem that you did. It's a problem with the console itself.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for the love of God, like if there is a problem with it, it's not something that it's the machine's fault. It's something that they can just do a quick update and fix. Like software. I hope it's just a software problem. If there's going to be problems.
Do you think the controller is going to have back pedals? Like a scuff?
I don't know.
That's the rumor, because I guess they've never shown the back of the controller yet. And there was a blueprint of the controller leaked somehow, and it looked like there was a little circle or two on the back of the controller.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Naughty
because
thing.
I guess didn't PlayStation release a back paddle attachment?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and that was sold out super, super quick.
So they know people like that.
Yeah.
I'm just excited. I just hope to God
but if they don't do it, that gives them a chance to yeah, because doesn't that controller, it has way more with their it's not called DualShock anymore because it's way more advanced. But
yeah,
I'm assuming that's going to use up more battery.
I would assume, but I hope they fix it somehow, either by adding a bigger battery in it. I'm okay if the controller weighs a little more than the current controllers. That's not going to be a breaker for me. And if that really is so much of a breaker for most people, you could probably get third-party ones later on. Unfortunately, it's something you'd have to wait for, of course. But third-party controllers that will be lighter. But personally, that's never been a problem for me. I've never said, fuck, this controller's too heavy. So I'd rather have a slightly heavier controller with a bigger battery that lasts longer.
Apparently, the PS4 has an 800 milliamp battery, and the DualSense PS5 controller will have 1500.
So nearly double.
Yeah.
Which is good. And then there's the concern you brought up when it comes to it's going to require more power.
Oh, I turn all that stuff off when I play personally.
Oh, yeah. I did as well when you told me, like, you saw the light on and all that kind of jazz on my controller.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you should save the power. And I never thought of it. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's a good point. And I saw how to do it in the settings. But when it comes to controller, I just hope the battery life is better because I hate it on the PS4. The nice thing is about Xbox, I use rechargeable AA's.
Oh yeah.
So that's for me.
No waiting to plug it in.
No waiting at all. Like
if they had a way to make it so you could use the controller, recharge it, and in an emergency you can just pop a battery in to keep you going, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Or if they had like a battery pack attachment, you can just hook it on and charge it.
That the 360 had that.
Did they?
Yeah, well, not necessarily what you're saying, but you could get these little battery packs that were wireless charged, which was really cool at the time. I still have them. They only work with 360, of course. But you put them on the wireless charge. It's this weird contraption, and it lights up. And then you throw it in, and it's not physical batteries. It's already in a box itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of similar to that. That would be cool. I'd be okay with that because plugging in a controller is a bit of a pain. If you just had something that replaced the battery, that would be fine by me, like a new rechargeable battery.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be more down for that. I don't worry about it now with my PS4 because I have two controllers, so I just charge one up and whatever. But the thing is, though, they don't last long. They only last about 4 hours of playtime.
Yeah.
That's a lot longer than that. I don't even know because I generally don't replace it that often enough to kind of see a difference. So I don't know. They just better fucking improve it. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I'm excited again.
I know, I'm pumped.
I hope we're gonna be able to get it.
I know. I'm okay with taking the risk on of complications. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know everything in the world is slowed down. Production is slowed down. Everything in the world slowed down.
Yep.
Even the amount of fucking YouTubers because of cancel culture. But we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole world's slowing down. So I want to take a chance. I'll do my best to get it. Like once you pre-order it, you're pretty well set, unless there's a complication on whoever you pre-order with. I plan to pre-order with Best Buy. I don't know about you.
Well, I'm probably just gonna pre-order with the first thing that comes up, whether that's Amazon or Best Buy or online somewhere from the
Yep.
PlayStation website.
How does Amazon work with video game pre-order?
I believe the same way. Like they get it in stock and then they ship it out. So it's like I'd say it's just like Best Buy.
So kind of like when I pre-order at Best Buy, because Amazon has to send it to me.
Yeah.
I can't just go pick it up because Best Buy can hold it in the back room and lock it up, and it'll be like no one can touch this game until the day of release.
Mm-hmm.
But Amazon, like, do I get it the day of? Like when I pre-order it for the like 27th of December, do I get it the 27th of December, or does it get sent out on the 27th of December?
That's a good question.
I actually don't know. I have ordered a game on Amazon, but I never pre-ordered.
All right, I'm gonna.
You should Google that. I'm really curious about that.
Okay, I'm searching Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Free shipping.
Free shipping.
All right.
Because I'm really curious because I'm not sure if a lot of people pre-order on Amazon. It would be easier because it goes directly to your door, which is really nice. But you probably don't get it the same day it comes out.
But that's why you just buy stuff on the system and you can start.
I know you're that guy. Like I said in the last video, man, I'm a physical copy man.
Okay, so I'm looking at the shipping and it doesn't really say, but it gives you options for like more expensive shipping, which doesn't give you an estimate, which is also weird. So I'm assuming on the day of release, that's when
they send it.
They're gonna start shipping them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess there could be issues of like people getting early access, even though that's not the biggest deal in the world. Because people literally get sent copies of games, like big YouTubers get sent copies of games, and they play them early for people to get really into them. Like some people don't want to.
I remember Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. I was watching a streamer while I was waiting for my game to download. No, it might have been Modern Warfare last year.
Oh,
like
okay.
There was streamers playing it, and I'm still waiting for the lobbies to open, and then the lobbies just all shut down.
God,
you think what 2020 or 2019, I guess last year, they'd have their servers figured out.
They have their shit together. Yeah, it's we're gonna have technical problems forever. But well, even like I know my partner, I always say partner. I bet a lot of people think I'm actually gay.
Oh, you could be.
I could be. You know, it's you gotta try new things, right? You gotta try new things. But nothing wrong with that. But anyways, she ordered a pallet. I forget from who, and I forget the owner's name and all that kind of jazz. But she ordered a pallet, and they had such a rush of people go onto their website to try to order. It crashed everything.
A pallet.
And a pallet. So a pallet is gonna be hard for me to describe this. Makeup stuff.
Okay, okay.
A palette of makeup, like it's all these colors.
Like when we used to paint and they had like little circle things, just like that.
The watercolors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. pretty much identical. all the makeup gurus out there are gonna be like, hate, cancel their show. They don't even know what a fucking palette is. But anyways, I just know it has a lot of colors. It's made for makeup. You put it on your face and you look pretty. Right?
Mhm.
So anyways, point is, she tried to order. Everything shut down. And apparently it was shut down for like 24 hours. Or
geez.
maybe not as long, but it was shut down for definitely a long time. And it makes me kind of wonder. I'm like, oh fuck, like we can't even get that correct. How the hell do we get everything else kind of correct? And problems like that are always going to arise until we get into like quantum computing, when everything is done instantly. So, and we're talking to other dimensions. I've heard of that theory. Like once we get to that level of computing, like we'll be somewhat in some way, like theory wise, be able to connect and get information from other dimensions. Like it's weird. It gets really weird. Like YouTube this stuff. Like if you don't, you'll understand what I mean if you YouTube this stuff. It gets real freaky real fast. Quantum computing.
Speaking about that, though, didn't Elon Musk just do a thing about his computer chips in the brain? I thought I heard that somewhere.
Oh, fuck. Why would he be doing that? He hates AI. Like, he hates
no.
stuff.
Give me 1 sec to get the Google going.
Oh, Elon Musk, when we're talking about him. I saw a Tesla today.
Oh,
I see them quite often, actually. They're not as, as fancy and unique as they used to be. Oh my God, that's a Tesla. Yeah, well, they can only drive automated, like on the highway, I believe.
Yeah, so it's called Neurolink, and you should search it. I heard about it on a Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, of course it was Joe Rogan.
Speaking of that, side note, did you see his new studio?
Oh yeah, I did.
It looks ridiculous.
I know. But it's unique.
Apparently, it was just tested on a pig and it works.
Oh God,
that's gonna be cool.
What's it do though?
So
I'm scared.
He said it's supposed to like cure any brain illness that you may have.
Oh,
but you could also, it has the power so you can communicate without having to speak, and give you like super memory and enhance your brain technically.
Holy fuck. That's some cyberpunk shit.
Oh yeah. Would you get it? For the hefty price of $10 million probably?
No, well, okay, but excluding money,
I'd get it.
You would?
Well, whatever. If my brain gets controlled by Elon Musk, then I won't know about it. But if I can get a super brain, that'd be pretty cool.
God, you're so willing to give up your freedoms.
What freedoms, Cal?
What freedoms?
Look at the world we live in.
I saw a good documentary the other day with a couple of friends. We were having breakfast, drinking coffee, and one of them was like, "Let's play a documentary." It was from BBC, and how, for the love of God, I can't. What'd you say?
You sure it was a documentary?
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, from BBC.
Oh yeah.
What? Fuck you. It was. Anyways, from BBC, and talking about how like the USA was getting involved in most world issues, and how people were trying to change the world, and how at the end of it all, it's nearly impossible to change the world. Like there's so many factors and variables, and just people are complicated, right?
I mean, COVID changed the world pretty big.
Well, yeah, COVID did change the world pretty big, but that wasn't a person, right? Although maybe it was a person that made it. I don't know. We're not saying China did anything. We're not saying China did everything or anything. Nope. Please don't kill us. They're going to find out where I live and not where you are. I'm going to give you up so fast.
Yeah.
I've already said his name once on the show. We've had to mute it. So I will admit I've made a mistake. in the past. I am not perfect, but anyways, yeah, COVID is definitely up in the stratosphere of changing the world. But it comes down to a point of like, when governments want to get involved, people want to change the lives of others, and all that kind of stuff. And it's so complicated, it's so big, it's not easy, it's next to impossible. And at the end of the day, even when you're trying to go for something that you think is right, it could be the polar opposite of what happens at the very end. So I wouldn't get it because for me personally, I'm very much in the boat of freedom. Even when it comes to my security, I'd rather have more personal freedom than even security, honestly. But it's a hard thing to kind of swallow because you can make a lot of scenarios of where it would be better to go the other way around. If it means your children could be possibly safer if everyone just follows whatever protocol that may be, isn't it really worth it? Well, I don't know, and it's hard for me to answer that currently because I'm still learning about life, and trying to really understand what real freedom is. But personally, as of now, if I was going to get this fucking chip in my brain, probably not. But the thing is, I saw a documentary the other day again on Netflix called "Take Your Pills." It's based on Adderall.
Okay.
You know that drug all students use?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I knew a couple students at like the school here that took Adderall, and they'd be up all night, like fucking kicking in an essay.
Jeez.
And anyways, like to get ahead in life, it's kind of like who was that bike rider that got caught with steroids?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And I'm pretty sure he made a statement. If you think of the name, go ahead and say it.
Yeah, but I just remember his statement saying that like you catch me, but everyone behind me was also taking
Steroids.
drugs. Yeah.
So like to get ahead in life or to even be able to fight within whatever compound that you're fighting for. So if you're competing for a certain level academically, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff, people will take other advantages to get to that point. So if that means taking drugs like Adderall to get better grades, which in the long term means you might get chosen over someone else that didn't take Adderall and got less or didn't get as a good grade.
Well,
So
that's what George St Pierre was saying about MMA and how a lot of people are taking steroids, or just other performance enhancing drugs, which enhances their like reaction times and strength and all that. And it's almost like you won't be able to compete if you're just
not taking them.
Yeah, because it's like trying to fight a person on cocaine. Like you're not going to win. Like their senses are completely not the same as yours.
No, and it comes down to there's a term I believe they use is a level playing field. So that's what the Olympics say a lot, I believe, is a level playing field for everyone in the world to compete. And that's why everyone gets tested for the same thing and why no one could have certain advantages or not even like weed. And I remember there was a skier that got caught in his system. He smoked weed prior. And the problem was that they believed that gave him an advantage because it kind of would. It relaxed him, which means, to me, I would think weed would give you a disadvantage. But anyways, they believed it was an advantage because of something that would keep him calm. Because that's a skill too, is keeping calm and keeping your nerves straight when you're about to do something, right? If you got to compete, you're nervous, and when you're nervous and you're extremely nervous, you make mistakes. So that's part of the sport, is to keep calm, and that's why they believed weed was cheating. But any drugs in general. But you're right. When other people take it, it's shitty. But if you don't take it, you can't compete. You're not going to win. So it's a hard. I believe it should always be a level playing field. That way it keeps it generally fair as much as possible. And some people that argue against that, I've heard, has said, some people are just genetically better than others at certain things.
Oh, that's definitely true. But like, for example, I'm not going to run as fast as Usain Bolt, but that means like I'm never going to be as good as him. And let's say take a drug to enhance my performance. Like, I don't think there's a point to that because my body's not meant to do what his is.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's almost like you have to cheat to get ahead these days.
Yeah, and I think that's a big problem that the show was talking about. Was Adderall is a big problem because it's not just affecting schools; it's affecting people at work. There was a banker that talked about taking Adderall and how he always got ahead, and his friend would take it too, but his friend had a heart attack and died.
Oh, geez.
And then he said, "Is this really worth it? I have a family,
Yeah.
and the only reason I'm doing better than everyone else is because I'm taking Adderall, because I can work 18-hour shifts and then just do it over and over again, like 5 to 7 days a week. But you have to take Adderall to do that, right? Or at least for him, he did.
Yeah.
And it affects you in a negative way long term. So it all comes down to something. It all comes down to this, I think. Short term, it's kind of like taking steroids for bodybuilder shows, because that is legal in the trade. That's legal in that sport. Now there's some of them, not all of them. There's all natural and all that kind of jazz. I don't particularly watch those. I just have a friend that does. But you're sacrificing something to get to that level.
Your testicles.
Your testicles. You're sacrificing your testicles, and the insides of your organ. All your organs are just being greatly affected by it. You're sludging them, as I heard a bodybuilder call it. I'm sludging my organs. As to what that means, I'm sure all the people out there would generally know what that actually means, medically and all that kind of jazz. I don't, but sludging his organs.
Did you watch that movie? I forgot what it's called, but they take a pill and you get the chance to either have a superpower or you blow up.
Oh fuck no!
It's a new one on Netflix. It's actually pretty good.
So what's the? It sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
So it's kind of sci-fi, I guess.
Okay.
And I guess everybody's born with a certain power, but you can't really use it because you're just a normal human. But there's a certain pill that if you take it, your crazy ability to be like super strong or run super fast or whatever it could be, you get it for, let's say, 5 minutes. But every time you take the pill, you risk the chance of just exploding. So it's kind of like that in a way.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's picking short term over long term. Long term effects. So, and that's it really comes down to your philosophy of life and how you want to live it. Because if you're all about short term, and I've heard people say all the time, "Oh, I'm only going to make it till I'm 28 or 32. Like, I don't care if I die after that." Like, I think people change over time as they get older. They reach other goals. Like, some people don't want kids, and then later on they find someone special, and then they want kids with them. They have kids, then they have something to live long term for. And for people that don't have kids, they reach certain levels in their career, and they just want to keep growing and growing and growing, personally and work wise. That that they want to live longer and do well. And some people just don't give a shit. Some people are like, I don't fucking care, even when they reach the age. Like, they're still going to do all the bad shit they were doing before to their body, right? So I think it comes down to your philosophy in life and your goals in life and what it comes to. So
if you're interested, the movie's called Project Power.
Project Power. Okay, well, I'll take a look. I don't see why not.
It's a decent one.
Decent one. Nice. Wow, we covered a lot.
Oh yeah.
This was like deep discussion. You were happier this episode.
Yes, I got some sleep.
You're going on a normal schedule.
Slowly.
Slowly but surely. Hopefully later more permanent.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I think we're gonna end it off here. We're 50 minutes in. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're just about 50 minutes in. I'm gonna leave it to him to end it off, but thanks for tuning in.
Well, I thought I ended off last week, but I guess I'll do the job again.
You know what? Fuck you. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was a great time. He was a lot happier this time. I was a lot happier this time. Talked about some good things. I hope we get the PS5. I hope you guys do too if you really want it. Hell yeah.
See you on the next one.
See you.